Hey, Blue Table fans! Going to talk to you today about what to buy for Pathfinder. Pathfinder is one of the most popular fantasy role-playing games in the world. And for a great period of time, the heir apparent of Dungeons & Dragons. Of course, now that Wizard has put out a really good quality 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, which from what I've read is pretty spectacular. I like it. Pathfinder, though, is much better supported and has had longer to produce that support. And also it is a better game tactically in terms of having a very solid, measured rule set. And so for that reason, I really do highly recommend Pathfinder. So here's my 2 cents on what to buy if you're brand new to Pathfinder. What books should you get? And by the way, I won't be able to show you all the books. I have some of them on loan out to my players. And for some reason, I've left my phone on. All right. The first thing you're going to get is, I can do this, is the core rulebook. Now, they do make a much smaller version of this. I believe this is $50 or $60. They make a pocket rule book, which is, I don't know, like 7 inches on its longest side. And that one, I'm pretty sure right now retails for $35, so you can probably find it for $25 to $30. And that's what I would get for it. If you were brand new and you weren't absolutely certain that you wanted to do Pathfinder, pick up the core rulebook pocket edition, just so you can read the rules and figure it out. Almost everything you need really is in here. And if you wanted to, you could make it as a standard for your adventure or campaign that you're running, that the players only use things out of the core rulebook. Now, Pathfinder is notorious for having a ton of mountains of rules that they publish that have just accumulated. So on the one hand, it's really nice because they're not scrapping everything and making you buy new books. You can just add things to it. And you know, for people that are like, oh, there's just so much out for it, how do you keep track of it? Well, you don't have to. If you're the GM, you're the host, you're the one that calls all the shots. You just, in your campaign manual, you just say, we're using the following supplements. And that's it. And you can say, that's it, case closed forever, don't even ask me. Or you can say, hey, if you want to submit something from another published volume, yeah, I might approve those on a case-by-case basis. I'm reading a lot on forums recently, and I'm just like, have DMs forgotten their almighty power to set the game up how they want it? So anyway, all right, the next thing you're going to buy is the Advanced Player's Guide. This is really like an extension of the core rulebook. Like, you bought this, and now you have all this stuff too. So Advanced Player's Guide is, in my opinion, really a must. If you had these two, that really would be plenty to run the whole game. Absolutely fantastic. Now, what I don't have with me because they're lent out is the Advanced Race Guide and the Advanced Class Guide, which I recommend as your subsequent purchases for both a player and a DM. As a DM, I would not get the Game Mastery Guide. It used to be the DM's Guide had all the magic items and stuff in it, but now the core rulebook has the magic items in it, and quite a few of them, by the way. So everything you need to play the game really is basically in these 2 books, followed by the Advanced. So you've got Advanced, and now you have the Ultimates. This is where you're going to want to go next after you've collected those items. And again, I don't have all of them. Some of them are out on loan. But I do have 2 out of the 3 that have been published. So you have Advanced, Ultimate. And that's Ultimate Magic. This would be the next one I would buy. Ultimate Combat. And there's Ultimate Intrigue. Oh, and Ultimate Wilderness now. So there's 4. Ah, thank you. How many of you Pathfinder nerds were like, meh. Oh, nerds. You're so great. All right. Then, what I would do if I were, so as a player, if you had, what is that, 8 books now? If you had those 8 books, oh man, you're set for making all your characters. Ah. All right, where I would go next, I have a ton of Pathfinder stuff, by the way. It's pretty insane. As a GM, you've got the Adventures books. Let me show you. I really should have had these ready. All right. If only I prepared my videos as well as my games. Okay, so you have Adventures, Adventures, Adventures! Aha! You have Horror Adventures. And this gives you new classes, monsters, spells, blah, blah, blah. It's like an expansion to the game. Occult Adventures. And Mythic Adventures. Now, if you could only buy one of these, I would have to say buy Occult Adventures. This has the coolest stuff in it. New classes like the Kineticist, is that it? Trust me, this is, and it's a great read too. And then, or depending on your taste, Mythic Adventures. And this is like, I call this what a DM should be doing anyway, but because Pathfinder is very regulated, they had to include this so that you could have a regulated way to do over-the-top epic stuff, which for me is like, well, that's what the DMs should be making this great heroic story so they can do these things, you know. So the permissive DM's guide is really what that is. So there's that. But really, I wouldn't get those first. I would hold off on the Adventures books as you're building your collection of Pathfinder books. So, what else do we got? Hello, hello, hello? All right. As a GM, the next thing that I would get would be, where did I put it? There is one more Ultimate book. And I don't have it. I can't seem to find it. Okay, it's Ultimate Equipment. So, as a GM, that would be your absolute next buy. Ultimate Equipment. And your players are going to want that too. And that has all the magic items, sort of round. I mean, you could play the game for 40 years and still be finding stuff from Ultimate Equipment. I mean, it's got a lot in it. It's a pretty hefty tome. I think it clocks in at like 250 pages. And it's basically the part from the old DM's guide where it had the magic items. Remember that? They pulled that out. Of course, they expanded it. It's color, it's glossy, it's candy. All right, the next purchase I would make as a GM, depending on how much free time you have, if you don't have very much, get the Npc Codex. You gotta have this. How this works, I use this all the time. This gets so used. So what they do is they take every class, let's say Druid, and they give you a 1-page thing of a Druid of every level, 1 through 18. So you have 18 fighters, levels 1 through 18. You've got 18 paladins, levels 1 through 18, etc., etc. And they give you other stuff too, like, you know, iconic characters, weird classes like Theurges and Lore Masters and stuff, all with pictures, a little blurb of a background. You don't even need to use that. You just cut that out and just use the stats. I even changed the alignments and everything, and it's NPC guide, guys, or Codex rather. This is the stuff. Now there's a trio of books that are sort of like this, that are the absolute best. The next one I would get would be the Villain Codex. And what this does is it's like the NPC Codex, but it gives you groups or types of creatures that would work together. So for example, let me just get this organized here. Wow, I am really making a mess. So Villain Codex. So for example, you have Corrupt Guard. So one section called Corrupt Guard gives you like 10 different types of Corrupt Guard of various levels. It's fantastic. It's like, what's some of the other ones? Savage Marauders, Regal Court. So here's the Regal Court, and you know, who would actually be in it. And for the most part, they're evil. These guys are not good. These are the anti-heroes, man. Well, villains. Miscreants and malefactors, it says on the back. So this is kind of like the old Rogues Gallery. Oh, man, so many good memories. Just love it. Can you ever go back? Monster Codex. So as the GM, this is the order that you want to do them. I'd get the NPC Codex, Villain Codex, and then Monster Codex. Maybe switch around 2 and 3 a little bit. Monster Codex is the same thing. It's groups of monsters, but it gives you like maybe 6 or 10 different types for that. So like gnolls, and you'd go in and you'd say, oh, here's a let's see if I can find a good one, like a gnoll lieutenant, a gnoll war cleric, or whatever it is. So that's great. And there's like troglodytes, kobolds, duergar, fire giants. There's like maybe, I think, 15 different groups. So this is a great deal. You could run like a whole adventure, a made-up adventure just from like one group of monsters. Absolutely tremendous. Now, as GM, you also have Bestiary. Oh, there's a lot of books. How many books? At least like 30 books. And if you think about it, they're about $40 each. So the retail's like, it's up there. Okay, so the bestiaries, I'm only going to show you one. Why not? Here's Bestiary 3. There's 6 of them. I would get Bestiary 1, then 2, skip 3 and go to 4, get 4, then go back to 3, and then get 5, and then get 6. Just my personal preference. 4 was a great bestiary. Absolutely fantastic. But if you get 1 and 2, then that's all you need. And then, you, of course, you have the adventure paths. So, if you were on a budget and you didn't want to get, well, no, you really do need to get the bestiaries. So, an adventure path is basically 6 modules, and they're meaty. They retail for $20 or $25 each, and I'm looking at them but not letting you look at them. There you go. And this takes characters from levels 1 through 18. So as a GM, this would be one of my first purchases. Grab an adventure path. Don't mess around. Don't buy the first one, then think you're going to buy the second one, da-da-da-da-da. Just get all 6 at one time. Read them. They're great resources. They have great fiction in them. They're worth the money. They're one of the... I am like jaded in this industry. Let me tell you what. And I got to tell you, this is one of the best products that I have seen. So good. Oh my gosh. Now, they used to retail for $20 each, so $120 retail, and wholesale, which would be 40% off, would be $78. Am I doing the math on that right? Oh no, I'm not. 6 times 12 is 72. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, $72 be wholesale. Well, $70 to $80, let's just say that. So anyway, now on Blue Table Painting's web store, and you can find the link in the liner notes to this video, I've actually started selling these because I think they're awesome. And right now, just at the moment of this taping, maybe not in a year, I think I put up 11 up for sale, and like $65, $75, $85 for each one. It's a steal. It's amazing. I might not even leave them at that price. And here's why: because Paizo has, they have discontinued some, I'd say most, and they're becoming harder and harder to find. Some of them I see going on eBay as a set for over $200, and I think that's going to only go up, and it's going to be really hard to find a full, complete set. They published 123 of these adventure paths, so that's the next thing that you're going to want to get. Now, if I had to recommend one, that's a toughie. First off, you can get The first one that they ever published in, I think it was 2007, maybe early 2008, was Rise of the Rune Lords, which you can now get in book form. And you can get the second one, you can get Curse of the Crimson Throne, also in book form. But I think these are I'm not sure. I think these are discontinued too. But these are great. It is a little unwieldy to have this giant book, you know, but I don't know. You can get them in PDF. Some people like that. I don't know. I don't think it's cheaper to buy something in PDF and just print it out, but I'm not sure. Not sure how that exactly parses out. So here's another one. This is called Reign of Winter. There's 6 of those. So this is one that I have available on my web store. And as of this taping, you know, things could change a few days from now. All right. I think I come. And by the way, this is not comprehensive. I get that. Like, there's a lot more products that could be looked at, probably even recommended. Maybe some things that I'm missing. But in terms of my, you know, boots on the ground campaign running, those are the books that I use. I actually divide them up into 2 little crates that I have, like little mini libraries in them. And so one for the players and one for me as the DM. All right, well, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you got your information for the day.